Hello and welcome to hashtag IAmACreator Live with the hashtag IAmACreator community. I'm your host, James Cox, and we did another interview tonight. Maybe run this for an hour and 30 minutes, depends how long our guest wants to stay. And today I'm joined by Holly. Her channel is Catudio on YouTube. And I've known Holly quite a long time, I think from January or February. We've not been in contact a little bit because obviously people do their own thing. People get busy. People have got jobs and lives and stuff like that. But I know at the very beginning of this whole thing with the apocalypse and this and the other, there were a lot of creators that came together and everybody was working together and everybody was doing stuff. And this is how, I got connected with this particular channel. And I know that she does a lot of stuff when it comes, and I guess that the thing she's going to get into it, but the thing about her channel is basically to do with cats and things like that. And so just to give you a little bit of rundown about Nine's Catudio is that in the description it says funny and educational videos with our miracle stray Norwegian forest cat Nine and his cat brothers helping stray kitties find human love. Hi paw to everybody is our signature greeting and the reflection of extreme delight, like in hi paw to your subscription. Please save a stray today. And that's true. There are so many strays out there. Don't bother going to a cat breeder or any of that. Go and get a stray. Go and get somebody go and rescue a cat. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Holly, which I already have. How you doing, Holly?
Hey there, James.
It's good to finally see you, in video. I know that I came when the whole apocalypse, and you never had, I don't think, your video on you. It was on either your cats or something like that, and you'd be talking, and I was, we used to bounce in and out one of, each other's live streams. So, do you want to explain your journey? Well, I actually explain your life. Where did you grow up? What schools did you go to? Where you're living now? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, there's a lot to tell here, so hopefully I'll get it within an hour. If somebody asked me where I am today, what am I in 3 sentences? Basically, I'm a lawyer with a cat channel, with a passion. We used to live, I grew up in a different country, and I was born here in Canada, but then by the leap of faith, my parents took me away overseas. So I was able to soak in all the European culture, came back here, went to law school, so on and so forth. Fast forward, the cats has always been my passion. My parents were very busy. They're both professionals. I really didn't have any siblings to grow up with, but I had a cat. And I taught that cat tricks, and that cat was my great friend. And ever since, cats mean everything. We lived in large cities, and then 2 years ago we decided it's time to move away on a little acreage, connect with nature a little bit. I do work in town. I drive 30 kilometers, 60 kilometers back and forth to work. I still do what I do. I'm in a very boring field, like it's a legal field, lots to do with transportation. But we moved out here, and I suddenly discovered that there's a huge problem that is really huge in all those remote areas, farmlands. And the problem is cats and how they're treated and what's happening to cats. But with YouTube, I have quite an interesting story though too, because I've been on YouTube since 2008. And you know what? I didn't post a video till it was 2011. That was a very short video of my first cat, Lucy, that passed away, and that was it. For a couple more years, I didn't do anything. I loved YouTube. I'll come and watch the videos, but I never saw the potential. I never used it to what we're using it now. And then I posted a video that went viral there, totally unedited, just a homemade video of a teenage girl getting a car as a surprise. And then all of a sudden, and for some reason I applied for AdSense at the same time, and then I could see that, oh my gosh, you can actually do something and build something around it. And I always been with a video camera ever since I was a kid, little kid. Then the life took over again, and I was handling really huge law contracts and stuff. So until 2017, until a year ago, when this little tiny kitten showed up out of nowhere here on the remote acreage where there's a bunch of stray cats here and there. And that kitten came straight to me, and he got right into my heart. But my problem was we already had two big cats. And I was kind of worried that my better half, who loves cats, don't get me wrong, but having two cats, that's already a lot. Is getting a third cat means being one cat away from intervention or something like that, right? So, and I took the camera again because I rehomed the cats before. I took the camera, and my intention of making the very first video about hour 9 was to make a cute video, post it on one of my Facebook groups there where I was a member, and see if somebody will adopt him, because there's no way I was going to leave him outside. Well, guess what? Within minutes after making that video, after publishing it, I realized I can't let him go. And so this little kitten kind of totally changed so much in my life. And where we are now, we are back into a YPP program, which is a huge achievement for the cat channel. Let's put it this way. The niche is overflowing, but it took us 5-6 months to get there. And I will be talking about it because definitely huge mention has to go to the movement, I would say, that you had created. I'll get back to that. But that's why I'm sitting here in front of you today, and that's my life in short. And for the future, I really, really want this thing to grow. And if I can help somebody else grow, because by now I do know a few tips and tricks, and I'm definitely all high paws for that.
You're up in Canada now, right? That's where you live in Canada?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. When you say that your family took you over to Europe, what part of Europe did you end up being in?
There was a few countries we lived in. We lived in Finland, we lived in Germany, we lived in, we actually briefly we lived in Japan even. My dad, he's quite a famous scientist, and we lived 4 years. We lived in Russia. That's where I actually went to high school there. That was a very interesting, entertaining experience, And but those 3 countries, yes, Finland, Germany, Russia. That's where I observed it all in Europe.
So you would say that you're pretty multicultural then. You've had an experience of different cultures, of how different people live, different foods, people do
Very
things
much.
in a different way. So, that's got a lot of value. That has a lot of value in a person because, some people don't understand why things are a certain way in certain countries, and you having an understanding because you've lived there, you can explain that. And I found that's good. Me, being born and brought up in England, and then immigrating here to the United States, I've seen different, the Scottish, the Welsh, the Irish, and of course the English, and then there's different counties where people are different as well, and they have different things. So that's that's the value of my kind of multiculturalism. And then obviously I've traveled in Europe. I've been to used to vacation a lot in Spain and the Greek islands. So
it absolutely helps me in my line of duty because clients come from everywhere. I have a lot of European clients, and
right.
To help them understand our laws, which totally, it well. You probably you know, you haven't been there, but maybe BTD will agree with me, right? That's just how our law works. It kind of makes sense on both sides. But how does it make sense? It's really difficult. And some cultural backgrounds, you know, it gets in the way.
Yeah.
So for me, for example, sometimes I will talk to the person in their native language. I mean, I'm not really a proficient in that, in those, but still, that adds a little touch. People get a little bit more, you know, open up to you, and that's the best number one thing in business. You need to get your audience, let it be on YouTube, let it be your client, let it be just a person on the street. You've got to help them understand you are actually trying to be with them, not at them.
Right. Not against them, working with them, helping them, doing things and moving things forward instead of, you know, staying in one place or stagnating or going back in time. And yeah. Everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's watching right now, Holly's links, all are with all these interviews, guys, all the links for the YouTube, the Twitter, and all that are all in the about section. So if you want to connect with Holly, please do. And I suggest that you do. That's the reason why Holly is up on here. Like I said, she has been with this since, like I say, I think it was like January, February that I met through the internet with Holly, through the whole thing of what went on with the apocalypse and you know, various.
Definitely were right there in January. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because, you know, to me it was such a shock. I just got myself comfortable on YouTube, but back in January we were what, 65 subscribers maybe. We were getting paid because we were already in YPP back then, right?
Right.
But I never really thought about that. You know what? One day it will all change, and you do need to listen to YouTube when they say it's always been in their policies, right? Grow, 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 grow. So
Right.
I successfully ignored that, and that's when we met in January. Yes, because
It was then. It was, like I say, it was like the end of January, the beginning of February. I think it was more towards the. I think it was more towards the end of January because a lot of us did, you know, find each other and come together through various means and stuff like that, Facebook groups and online through YouTube, people making lists and stuff like that. That's how I think we all got to get to be with one another. And it you know, the community, as you know, it's been great. And as you know, Holly, right from the beginning, it didn't affect me. I had 3,600 subscribers. I had my watch hours. My frustration was people being seen. That's the reason why I started pushing the community, this whole community that came together. That's the whole reason why I started doing this, because I thought it was, you know, like here you are on a platform and you're creating content, and regardless of what anybody says, whether you're monetized or not, YouTube's making money off you. YouTube's making money off you in one way or form, because people go to your videos, and if your video is not monetized, then a suggested video that comes up after they've watched yours, they may click on that, and that video may be monetized, or there may be an ad playing in the top right hand corner. There might be something there while they're watching your video that's getting their, you know, that's getting the viewer's attention. They may click on that. So regardless of whether people say, you know, I'm not monetizing my videos on YouTube, I don't want to make money off this. Well, other people are making money off you with your videos there. And that was my whole thing with this. But I said in my 4,000, 1,000 video, I said that here's the thing, you know, it's YouTube, it's their platform. They can do whatever they want with it. It's a private company. It's kind of sad that this is the way that they treat people. I think that it could have been done differently. And for them to state that this was done because of a few, you know, bad actors, to me, that you know, I think it was deeper.
Let me interrupt you right there, James. Sorry. You know what? Because that's a very important point. And when I was thinking about what we're going to talk today, that also came across, right? And I was saying, in fact, maybe let's look at a positive side of this hurtful change. First of all, yes, I've seen you at 3,000 some subscribers. I know you did not just start this just because. I knew and I saw that you were trying to actually openly help those people, right? Rather you saw a niche in that, and it's nobody's business, right? You found your niche, and that's, as a creator, this is where a lot of people don't recognize. This is where your whole genius was, right? Doesn't matter what we find the niche at. We find it, we develop it. That's what YouTube is all about. But back to the thing about with those changes, I actually saw something positive because I challenged myself, right? I do have that video. I didn't delete it, of course. I didn't unlist it. I didn't put it in private. It actually shot up to some good amount of views, right? Where I did speak in front of the camera saying, look, this is my challenge. Rather the world does need Nine's Catudio, rather I can do it, rather I do want to actually present something that somebody in that world will want to see. At that time I was thinking would be nice to have 1001 people wanting to see it, right? Now I don't want to set any limits. So there is a little positive in that. I agree with you. All of a sudden you only have 1 month. For somebody like me, I was on YPP before. I already started making cat videos that people were liking and so on. So then, bang, no, you're not wanted. And then I just, no, hold on, there is positive in that. Because this is what's going to help me grow, become, like, find myself, present something better and better and better every day.
I think the whole thing of the YPP basically has something good's come of it, because, you know, a marketing strategy was born from myself. A promotion strategy was born from myself, right? And for those of them that's lurking saying, well, you know, James is just in this for himself. James is in it to get something from it, but it's more than that. James wants everybody to be able to have people come to their channel. I want to give everybody a chance, and that's what this does. Right.
Well, James, but exactly, this is exactly what I said. And, you know, when a while ago, a couple of months ago, I got all of a sudden the cat channel got in the war, you know, where I witnessed, like, there was some bashing on other channels, right, for a while and stuff. And I was like, I even had a live stream dedicated specifically to that, saying, people, you cannot, it's up to the YouTube to decide who is worthy of these platforms, who is not. And if the person finds their niche and they find something that makes people follow them and want to come to their streams and want to just be there because there's some value in that. So who the heck cares and who is the judge to decide? We are all for ourselves in this business anyways.
Yeah.
Yes, I do know people, some people don't monetize videos and stuff and everything. That is great. Majority are here for themselves to have some sort of growth, to have a growth to their business. Let's put the things in a proper perspective. So as a businessman, I always praised, James, you've done great.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. I try my best, and the whole thing, you know, from the beginning was for this community to come together and start paying it forward to one another. You know, let's all get together, show up on live streams, go and support people, you know, go and watch their video, go and like their video, tweet it out, add it to your playlist, hit the red support button, and leave them a nice comment, right? And if everything's set up correctly, if you have a Twitter and your Twitter is coupled into your YouTube channel, then basically when you hit that like button, that's a tweet. When you add that video to that playlist, that's a tweet. And you can manually go and tweet that out and put some kind words to it. And by doing that and not asking for support back, the support automatically comes back, you know, to you. It's happened to me just by me doing this and going and watching some people's channels and things like that. My channel has gone from 3,600 to 7,600 now. So my channel has grown from January till now. What is that? 4,000? So yes, it works. And there are a lot of people that have been with this like yourself, that have stayed with it, that still, you know, do the philosophy, that pay forward to other channels, and your channels have grown. And congratulations to you, Holly, for getting monetized. Congratulations. Kudos to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And once again, now I really do need to add to what you just said, is that paying it forward is absolutely exactly goes beyond just, hey, I just hit that button or I did this, so why don't you come back and do the same? Paying it forwards goes so many ways, you know, and it's just endless list. But like you said, you might not necessarily subscribe to the channel, but you saw the value in it. Maybe not for yourself, for your sister, for your friend or something. Sending them a link. Hey, you like motorcycles? Check this out. This guy knows his motorcycles. Hey, you like fishing? This guy knows his fishing. There's just so many ways to that, right? It's incredible. And that's what builds. This is why I value this community, because what it does, it helps you get discovered before anything else. And the discovery on YouTube is absolutely everything. Comes in many shapes. It can be likes. It actually likes. It's really kind of the end of the chain, right? But you get the views. You get people who subscribe to you genuinely, or they share your videos, and so on and so forth. That is real paying it forward, and the value of this.
Yeah. And I say to everybody that's listening right now, anybody that may come along after this live stream is a video on YouTube, give everybody a chance, because creators' videos, what they do, change. Whatever they're putting out now, maybe not what they're putting out in 6 months' time or a year's time, right? Somebody might be doing certain videos and say, you know, this is not working for me, just like I did. Right. My frustration was that I was making videos and I wasn't getting views on them. And so I changed it up. And luckily, you know, this YPP, unluckily, because people got frustrated and a lot of people quit YouTube. They didn't want to do YouTube anymore because they couldn't get their monetization back in time. So they said, you know what? YouTube's going to treat me like this. I'm just going to, you know, get off here. I'll watch YouTube videos.
I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people. Right before we got this congratulations email, you know, I was just like at the end of my week. You know what? This is not the end of my world, because I already started other things, and I was going to share some with you, with your audience as well. You know, I started making those T-shirts. I expanded. I made some videos. I contacted the brands, and some brands got interested, and they say, hey, how about you review this? So not necessarily lots of money already in that, but we get free food to try. The cats love it. I love it too. 3 cats is actually, when you really do care for them, it's quite an expensive hobby. Plus, I feed this whole area of stray cats as well, right? So absolutely. But one thing, if I ever just had only one thing to say about YouTube based on my own experience, do not give up. No, you can't give up. You can't. It's too early to give up yet. Really too early to give up. Doesn't matter at what point you are.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no reason to give up now, because we have a community that cares about every single person that wants to join it, that, you know, it goes along with the philosophy. And, you know, there are kind, caring, loving, sharing, and very positive people here that are willing to help anybody in which way, shape, or form. I mean, I just called on Brad, BTD, because you and I were having an issue. You're on an Android phone. You were trying to click the link and come on. And, you know, I got him on the call, and boom, you know, he's over in England. He's, you know, 5 hours ahead of him. So, you know, what time is it? Like 11:30 at night, right? And he jumps into the Twitter.
But that's another thing I have to mention right now. You build a great team. Like, I don't know how often your moderator is being mentioned for the great job they do. All these, like, people like BTD and Brad and everybody else. It's just amazing. But you know what? That only proves what? You are able to build something that people want to flock to and follow and see the value in. And by the way, I just saw a comment from H.L. the Great there in the chat. She says she loves Nice Catudio. So great channel right there, great videos. There's one of the creators that does not give up and tries and tries and tries. So very nice that she joined us today. So I just wanted to say personal hello to Angel the Great.
Yeah. And there is a lot of great people. Everybody's talented in their own different way. Everybody here is talented in their own different way. And that's right. Holly's right. Don't give up. If you want to achieve something, just keep going at it. Whatever it is, whatever your goal is, don't give up. Just keep going. And if you want some support, all you got to do is ask. Right? All you got to make a video about it, what it is that you need, or put it out on Twitter, right? And I'm sure that you will get the support that you need people to come and rally round, and you'll get it. I mean, we have a great community. It's amazing that all these people here are great. And you're right. We do have some awesome, moderators. And I do tell people, if you're not supporting our moderators, guys, they're the ones in blue with the wrenches against their name. They work hard for you. They put the links, right now we've got Wounded Moose is putting all Holly, Nice Catudio's links to a Twitter, a YouTube channel, a Google Plus. They're all, website. I'm not seeing that one, but all the information is down in the about section of this. So anybody that gets to see this, they can connect with Holly, Nice Catudio. And I would just want to go back to what you were mentioning about the cat. This cat showed up at your house. We've just had it. I don't know if you saw the kitten that we've just taken in. We got this kitten. I've had him up on the live stream. Bonkers. Janine, my girlfriend, is calling because he's absolutely bonkers. He's crazy. And if we have an older cat, Sadie, and he's harassing her, and we have to keep separating. He's a kitten. He wants to play with her, and he's fighting with her, and he's like one of these naughty little 2-year-olds. He's going places that we don't want him to go, and he knows that he's not allowed there, and he'll go and he'll hide, and it'll be like this, and he's waiting for you, like, to come and grab him and say, "Come on, get out of there! You're not supposed to be in there." And it's just crazy. Hold on a second, Jadine's bringing him.
Sorry, Dad?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm going to show him to you. Hold on.
Oh.
So this little fella right here. Oh
my gosh.
This is Bonkers. This is Bonkers. And when he came, he was a lot smaller than this, a lot smaller. And I don't know if you know, we had a pit bull, Zach, that my girlfriend Janine had for 14 years. She got him when he was 6 months old. She rescued him from the pound, and she was out. He took her out. He wanted to go out. He was on it. He was sick, but he wanted to go out to do his business, and she took him out. And when she took him out, she heard this noise in the woods, and she's like, "What's that?" And she went out to look, and she could see something moving around. So she brought Zach back in, and she went back out with the flashlight, and she saw this little fella like scurrying around. And she went to get him, and he went up. She kind of chased him through the woods a little bit, because I live out in the woods, live out in the country, by a lake in some woods. And she chased, got him, and he was up against this tree, and he was making this noise, the meowing noises. And she picked him up, and she brought him in the house, and she's like, "Look at this. I just found him in the woods." Now, we don't know whether it was a feral cat that had babies, and this particular one had got away from it, or whether somebody had brought the kitten home, and somebody just said, "You know what? I'm not going to take it to the shelter, because if somebody doesn't come and get him, there's a lot of shelters around here that do put, animals to sleep." So, and that person just said, "I'm going to give it a chance by leaving it in the woods around here." But that could have been detrimental, because at the end of our driveway, there's a road, and it's a fast road, and it could have got, run over, or something bigger than him. like a coyote could have eaten him. You know, who knows? So Janine decided to bring him in. And when she brought him in, and he became part of the family. And then we tried to take in another kitten that this lady had found. Apparently it had crawled up inside of her car and ended up on her driveway, came out of the car. And Janine wanted that, but the lady was a little bit, you know, weird, and was kept on messaging Janine and said, look, you know, if you're that distraught about this, just come and pick the cat up. But she wanted the kitten because they were around about the same age and they would have been good for each other. And so she gave it back. And this one is so affectionate, but he's like Jekyll and Hyde. He'll come and he'll lay in bed with you and he'll kiss you and everything and snuggle up to you, but then he'll start biting you.
Here's what my dog cat is like. That's what you're describing as my dog cat. This is not a cat. This is a dog cat.
That's huge.
See, he's very affectionate, but he just comes and lays on me, and he's very heavy. And he just says, hey, I own you. But mine doesn't show any antics today, but he's growing. But I love kittens, though. But they're like kids, yes.
Yeah.
Kid-proof the house with the kitten, for sure.
Yeah, this one is, you know, he's very affectionate. He'll come and get in bed. He'll snuggle up. He'll kiss you. He'll lick your face. You know, he wants your attention. He wants you to pet him in bed, and you pet him. And you know, just when you think he's drifted off to sleep, and you stop, and you could be doing it for like 30 minutes because you want to go to sleep as well, right? And you stop and you think, oh, he's asleep. And then next minute, no, he's so naughty. You know, he just wants your attention, and he'll do anything that he can to, you know, to get your attention. But he's very loving and very adorable. But he's just got this, you know, little mean streak in him, and he just won't leave the other cat alone. He's, you know, he's wrestling with her and biting her, and she's, you know, you could tell that she doesn't want to be harassed by him. And it's just harassment.
It will go away, James. Really, it will go away. He needs the company of a big cat to learn things, okay? And the cat, of course, doesn't want to be bothered. We had the story because we have a 16-year-old cat, right? And then the kitten shows up, and it was the same thing. But it goes away pretty quick. You know, they do set the boundaries. But for the kitten, it's exceptionally important. That cat's going to teach that kitten. Look at, he's just amazing. This is just so super. It's not just bonkers. He's just like, oh, give you to me. This is why Sky came to visit me, is because he saw him on the screen.
Yeah. But like, you know, we had a chicken show up on our front porch one night, 4 o'clock in the morning. And we took that in. That lived in the house with us. We had to put her in like a dog crate at night and cover her up with a blanket so she could go to sleep because they don't like the light. And sadly, we lost her. And then this little fella showed up. So it's like, I don't know, it's like a blessing, you know, to me, when an animal comes and finds you. It's not you finding an animal. When, you know, when that animal is coming to you and you're not actually going somewhere to find an animal, it's a lot different. I just can't explain the feeling. There's just this feeling that, especially with him,
feeling that you can actually, you are a kind person, right? Something you start thinking, well, there's something about me, because animals, they don't just come to anybody. It makes you feel good.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. There's this good feeling, but it's kind of like, for me, it's like I can't express it. It's that strange. Like when the chicken showed up, I can't explain the feeling of having her as like a pet. And I'd wake up in the morning, you know, and the thing, if it sat on my chest looking at me with its beak, I'd have a beak in front of my face, and I'm like, oh, come on, really? Come on, I need to get up now. But just the experience of that. And they're just like cats too. They, you know, they're very affectionate. Chickens are very affectionate. And the cats got on with her, and we have a Australian cattle dog, blue heeler, and he would follow the chicken around wanting to herd it, you know, try and like nip at its feet type of thing, and she'd turn around and peck at him and put him in his place. But no, I mean, it's an experience. It's a wonderful life. I mean, does he drive me crazy? Does he drive my girlfriend Janine crazy? Absolutely. But, you know, we love him. But that's why he got the name Bonkers, because he's absolutely bonkers.
Well,
see, he's biting my finger right now after I've shown him some love. This is what I'm saying. I know he's a kitten, but this is the like little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde little Jekyll and Hyde personality that he's got. And he knows when he's being naughty. He knows when he's doing wrong, but he does it like, you know, ha ha ha, you know, type of thing. Like he'll get up here in my electronics and he'll, you know, knock him over and just certain things. And he knows he's doing wrong. He knows. But you're right. You have to kid-proof, cat-proof your house so that they can't do it. Right now he's biting on my thumb. Stop it.
Well, but doesn't it make your day good at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what I do without him now in my life. You know, he comes in, he follows me into the kitchen, and he's, you know, going around my legs, and he's looking up at me and meow, meow. And I know what it is. I go and look at his plate. There's no food on it, and he wants it. So I get a can of cat food and I put it on there, and he, you know, as I'm putting it out, he's up there waiting. His head's going like this because it's in a certain place, because we can't just have it on the floor because the blue heeler will just come and eat it. So it has to be in a certain place where only the cats can get at it. But this one here will chase, you know, bugs around and moths that come in, and, you know, Janine's going crazy at him saying, leave that alone. No, 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 no. You know, because we don't like any harm, you know, to be done to moths. And, you know, they things like this, they do things. Moths pollinate things, spiders, you know, they do things, you know, everything's got its own place in nature. And unnecessarily killing something just for the fact that because you don't like it, catch it, throw it outside. Don't just, you know, don't just kill a spider or a moth just because it's irritating you. Try and catch it and throw it outside. It's not going to harm you. If you get like a plastic cup. And now he's getting restless, so he has to go back. But yeah, this is Bonkers. Hello.
Nice meeting you, Bonkers. Hi, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
Bonkers.
Hi, Paula.
Hi, there we are.
Hi, Paula.
Oh, it's so cute.
He is. He's a beautiful cat. I'm so glad that he found us. I'm so glad to, you know, have him. I wouldn't give him up for anything now. Even though I think I'm a little bit allergic to his fur, it don't matter. But he is a cutie. Right? Let me go and put you back outside the room so we can get on with this. 1 second here. Yeah, if I don't put him out, he'll be like leaping. He can leap pretty high, and he'll just leap and he'll go straight onto the keyboard and probably end up, you know, shutting the whole thing down. So we'll be off the live stream. So I just can't, you know, I just can't trust him. He's done that before. I've come in and there's been windows open. I'm like, how the heck did all these windows get open? I never, you know, I never went here. And then there's
strange. The sound disappeared here.
Huh? Can you hear me?
The sound disappeared.
You can't hear me?
I don't know. The volume just went down. I can kind of hear you, but
okay. Hold on a minute. Let me have a look at something here.
Bunkers did something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Bunkers the volume.
I
don't know. Might be my.
Can you hear me now? Let's have a look. Mixer. Not here. System sounds.
Let's try it now.
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, perfect.
That's perfect now? Okay. All right.
Thanks. I
Yeah.
don't know what happened there. It's just.
Yeah.
It's
So
all good
yeah.
now.
Yeah. Maybe, like he can jump pretty high now. He's getting to a stage where he's leaping and he can leap like 4 to 6 foot if he really puts his mind to it. It can leap. So for him to just launch himself off the floor straight up onto the desk where the laptop is, he can go straight onto the keyboard and he could possibly shut this whole thing down. So I just don't want to. I just don't want to risk it while we're trying to do a interview here and get information out to people, which it is your story about where you came from, your YouTube channel, what you do on it, and stuff like that. So, yeah, and if he has the chance, unbeknown to him, that's what he will do. He'll just jump straight up on the desk, and that's the possibility. So I have to put him out because I could feel he was getting restless. So you have 3 cats. You have 3 cats in total.
Yeah, we now have 3. 16 years old, 9 years old, and 1 year old.
Wow.
That's hands full.
Yeah. And you say you feed others. How many others do you think you feed around you?
20, 20, 20, some like that, because they keep bringing kittens. The farmers around, that's the problem here, right? Because nobody treats cats. They're farmers,
Right.
And the
Yeah.
cat is there to catch the mouse. If it doesn't catch the mouse, there's a lot of fox around there. There's a lot of coyotes. I don't really want to get those cats too used to them, to the house, because we built a kiddie park for our cats, but I just go like put the food that either excess we have. Sometimes I'll buy some extra a little bit further away from the house, but there is a ton of them, unfortunately, here.
Yeah, I'm looking at your website. Did you build your website yourself? Nines
Yeah,
Catudio,
yeah,
ninescatudio.com, guys.
yeah.
9 Catudio, NINE Catudio, CATUDIO.com. 9Catudio.com, guys. That's it. And it says on here, it says Catudio is the home of the 3 Catudias, like the 3 Stooges, right? The 3 rescued feline survivors, each with a unique story behind their survival. 9 is our newest addition, a miracle stray traveler who quickly captured our hearts and inspired us to establish our mission. And our mission will always be to help the stray cats. Please save a stray today. Absolutely. And what we do, we use creativity and the unconditional love for felines to achieve the goals, which ultimately will help us to draw the attention to the stray cats problem in rural communities. Hi, Paul, to your support. How you can help: subscribe to our YouTube channel and newsletter, shop with us, donate, spread the word. Yeah, and you've got some merchandise on there where people can purchase to help. And I guess this goes to like help feeding the strays. And
Yeah, because like especially this latest campaign that we launched, Surrender Your Sushi, that's the one that basically the whole idea behind the campaign was surrender your sushi, surrender your food, share your food, your home, your love, whatever you can do with a stray. And this campaign, we're actually working with the foster, kitty foster home here, and that's who is getting it. That's why because we're in Canada, right? So the site that I use to make that merchandise, it kind of becomes pricey in the Canadian dollars, right, at the end. So
yeah,
there's really no profit there. This is truly the campaign to help, because all the proceeds go to them, and that's our little contribution. Because love cats, absolutely. Like people, I love cats. Like
So you're using something like Teespring to have your
Yes, I
okay.
use the
I
Teespring.
Yeah, I want to get with you because there's something else that I'll share with you once we're off here that you can use where you could lower the cost of your t-shirts and still have money that a bit more of a margin, so you can then donate more money from that if people are buying, you know, stuff like that from you.
That would be super because, like I said, the problem is also is being shipped from there. The Canadian dollar is down in the pits lately, you
Yeah.
know. So
It
that
it
really will be helpful.
It
Yes.
does. It does mean that you would probably have to do a little bit of the work yourself. Like you know, you're going to have to buy after having them printed, and then when somebody purchases one, putting the label on and mailing it out. That's what I do. That's what I do with the I Am a Creator t-shirts, because like nobody nobody wants to buy a t-shirt where like it's $25 and then the shipping on top of it. I mean, I'm making shirts and including shipping, it's $20.
Yeah.
That's in the United States. To Canada, it is more because obviously the United States
Well, but
Post Office.
we're used to a little bit higher prices though too. It just would be nice to kind of
Right,
have more than the very minimum out of it because
right,
cat food costs a lot here, so that's just
yes, yep.
a lot.
Yeah, so I do like your campaign. I like that. Surrender your sushi. Actually, when I first looked at your website and I saw that, I'm like, that's so cute. That's so cute because, you know, sushi's fish and fish love, cats love fish. This little guy, as soon as I open a can of cat food and it's got like, you know, tuna in it or, you know, one of the other fish, you know, he's like screaming, come on, put it on the plate, put it down, you know. He actually goes bonkers as soon as I open that, he hears it tear open because obviously they can smell it. Um, he goes absolutely nuts. He goes absolutely nuts. So,
But James said once again, I warned you that sometimes I can just rudely interrupt. You know, that's just what comes
no,
with
that's
my
fine.
hobby.
You're the guest. That's up to you. That's up to you. You're the guest.
I was just gonna say, I'm so glad we are really concentrating on cats and we're talking about cute cats a lot and we got to see bonkers. But I was gonna say something is because this is what might be helpful to someone with a niche that seems like to be very small, right? So if anybody looks at our videos, there's not just cat videos. That time has passed. It's the YouTube of 8 or 10 years ago. Well, maybe 5 years ago, where you can just make a cute kitty video, post it up there, and off it goes, right? So Grumpy Kitty or some sort of other kitty and everything. It's gone. That time is gone. We do have to understand. I mean, people still love to look at cute cats. The cats are still beautiful. They still do funny tricks. So there's many other niches that can be the same, like scenery, the fishing, like you name it. What I was going to say is that what probably really is important to emphasize here, that what helped us grow, what brought us where we are, and I do think it was a good growth. You know, I do consider it as a good growth. I'm very proud of what we've achieved. But everything around your niche, you need to explore it. You must explore it because we have cats and history videos. We do food reviews. We do some other things. We even had a forest cows videos, but you know, we've grown enough now. We can kind of throw the variety and play on the fact that the video was not about Norwegian forest cat, but it was about Norwegian forest cow, which actually doesn't really exist, but you know, we made it because we met Norwegian cows in the forest, right?
Right.
So everything you can without variety is good. That's true. But when you're just a small channel, build on your niche. Don't search, oh my God, I'm not getting views, I'm not getting subscribers, I'm not getting this. I gotta change the niche. Don't jump away from your niche. Work on it, build it, it will come. It will take a while. I'm telling you right now, it will take a while.
And
Build on your niche.
that's absolutely correct. And you've done the right thing because what you've done is you've thought outside the box and you have a website where you can post your videos on there. You can put merchandise on there. You can put a call to action on there. You know, you can put information on there. You can type information on there. You can have so many things when you've got your own website. So that's what people hear, because, and I've said this and I'm going to keep saying it in every single interview that I do. Just because you get 1,000 supporters and 4,000 watch hours doesn't mean that you are going to make mega bucks on YouTube. It's going to be way beyond that. You have to get roughly about 7.5 million views a month to seriously think about quitting your job. And that's every month. Because when you get that money, guess what? The government's going to want a good percentage of it, especially if you quit your job, because there is no offset. There is no earned income credit, not here in America anyway, for a 1099 person. So they're going to want a good chunk of that. So you're going to have to put about, you know, 30 to 40% of that away to be safe, to make sure that when you're paying your taxes, you've got the money to do it. Then you're going to have to take, you know, a good amount of money and put that away, because if you don't and you have a bad month and you only get, let's say, 2 million views, then how are you going to pay your bills? You're going to have something to fall back on. So you need to be thinking outside the box, right? And this is one of the other things about the hashtag IAmACreator, because I've said hashtag IAmACreator is more than YouTube. It's more about like people helping build people, right? Whether it's a business, whether it's you personally, right? Anything can be achieved. And when you've got people that are kind, caring, loving, sharing, and very positive around you, you will flourish. You've got an idea? Go ahead.
Totally. Once again, we're not a huge channel. We're not. But I keep bringing my channel up, not just to promote it, but to just give you an example, people. Here I am, real person with a cat channel, with no, I never used to be educated on any of the stuff that I do now, you know, self-taught on many things, right? But it's doable, it's possible. The beauty of being here where we are today is the discovery. You get discovered. From there, it's all up to you what you're going to do with it, how carefully you're going to nourish this people's attention to your channel, right? Their discovery of your channel. It's up to you whether you're going to captivate them enough. It's up to you whether you're going to hold their attention. Whatever you do there, the best thing starts here, because this is where you're getting discovered.
Right.
So, and that is absolutely the beginning. This is the very base of any YouTube success that grows way beyond YouTube.
Yep. The negative that YouTube did to everybody back in January has actually come around to be a positive. Multi times over. Multi times over, because more and more people now are discovering this. And now with the development of the IAmACreator community website, it's going to get even bigger, because things are going to get featured. Lots of stuff is about to happen. I don't know if you've been and signed up, Holly, to the community website. You have?
Yeah, went in and checked it out. There was a little bit of hiccup on how my phone was displaying it, but we can always get back to it, because James, I always said, I am self-taught, but I do know a lot of stuff about web and everything. So I'm the person you come to and you ask me a question. Well, we can definitely do that. And I always said, for the new, you know, people in this wonderful community, you know, just come and ask certain things. I mean, it's been pressuring 5 months. And in 5 months, I learned so much. And of course, the first thing I want to do is share. And this is why we do have a little, one of our playlists is actually Nine's Creators Corner, where if I learn something in the YouTube Academy, or I learn something, I put it into the video form right away. I don't like to appear in front of the camera too much, but you know what? If I have to share it, this is my way of paying it forward. So certain little things, we share them. And that's what you should do. Learn some new, bring it back to the community and share. Education, nobody expects you to know everything right away. We all learn.
Well, I bet you now that everybody in the chat,
every little bits you learn.
you know, people are learning right now in the chat that you have a website, right? You're not putting all your eggs in one basket with just YouTube. You have a website, and you can do more, you know, by utilizing your YouTube channel, because you can put your videos on your website. You can do all kinds of things, and that's, you know, one of the things that you can do, right? That's one of the things that you can do as a creator. You can get creative, not just in your YouTube channels, but you can get creative by having a website. And, you know, your website does look very professional. I like it. I really do. It's really nice. Kudos to you. You're doing a great job. It's got a white background. You got your cat on there, you know. You've got your YouTube channel. People can click on that, take you to your YouTube channel. You've got your shop. You know, you've done a great job, Holly. You know, I like it. I like it.
And anybody can be there. Anybody can do it. You know, it didn't take me like overnight to get it where it is now. And I get compliments on that. Thank you once again. But it didn't take me one night, not even 1 month. It's constant tweaking. It's always, and the whole YouTube thing is about the same thing. Always improving. Don't stop. Keep improving. The results at the end do come overnight. I can attest to that. It takes a long road to that one overnight thing, but then it comes, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, do I stop? No, I keep going, but here's the pat on the shoulder.
Yeah,
I just myself this far.
Just keep trying things. I mean, I started, you know, on YouTube as a political activist, and then went into comedy, and I tried different things, right? And I bring this up again. I brought it up in the last live, or one of the last lives. Somebody said to me, "We should go back to making videos," and I'm like, "Why?" Well, I enjoyed them. I'm like, well, okay, I enjoyed making them too, but nobody was coming and watching them. They were hardly getting any views. So, you know, we're on YouTube because we want people to watch our stuff, right? I want people to come and watch this live stream. Why? Because I want to spread the philosophy of paying it forward to people. That's what I want to do. I want to help people. Of course, I want to do this full time. I've not admitted that. I want to do this full time, but I think that if I were doing this full time, I could help more people, because obviously I'd be able to do live streaming more times each day, interview more people now, and be paying it forward by letting people know about the philosophy, about going and watching people's videos, liking them, adding them to playlists, tweeting them out, hitting that red support button, and commenting that you did all that without asking for support back. And I think the more that message gets put out there and more people regurgitate it, it's like a tsunami wave. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And we can carry so many people along with us, and so many people can help each other. And that's what it's all about. It's all about helping each other by bringing people to one another's channels. And it might not be, look, you're not going to be able to probably watch 1,000 videos in a month, but if you are liking that video and you've done the right thing, putting that Twitter account in, that's a tweet out. That means that people that are following you on Twitter, they get to see that video, or there's a possibility that they get to see it. And then, so liking it, that's one possibility that everybody that's following you gets to see it. By you sharing it on Facebook or Google Plus or whatever, there are more possibilities. So paying it forward like that, it does come back. There are so many people, you know, within this community that have been here now for months, and I don't think that they would keep showing up if they're not getting a benefit from it. So it does work. It does work. You just got to show.
Definitely does. There was a comment there by rebranding me there a little bit earlier in the chat.
Okay.
Where I really liked what that rebranding me said. I hope I'm seeing it right, but making those videos, but not just about videos. Everything is about touching people's lives, and people might necessarily, you and I maybe never meet in real life, right? I mean, I don't know what you got to do here in Alberta. I don't know how much I got to do in North Carolina there, right? But who knows, right? Maybe we'll grow. Maybe your dream will come true. Maybe we're gonna have some sort of conference.
I'm
Never,
I'm hoping
never
so. I'm
stop
hoping that
dreaming,
one day there's going to be a conference, or maybe a conference all over the world at different, you know, different parts of each year or something like that. But yeah, you're right. We can only hope. There's friendships are being made here. You know, I've seen it. I've gone to people's channels and watched their video, and I've scrolled down while I'm listening to it, and I'm seeing like somebody makes a comment, and then the person whose channel it is comments, and it's like these people like really have started to get to know each other, and it's like 10 deep, and somebody else is in there. So there's 3 or 4 people having a conversation in the comment section, and that is amazing. It really is amazing that people are finding people here, and they're starting to communicate, and friendships. It's more than just YouTube, and I've said this, and I want it to be more than just YouTube. I really do. I want this to be more than just YouTube. YouTube is a platform.
there's a huge value, huge friendships are made, right? Huge. We made really good friends. We actually met with one of the creators. They recognized me because they're they're in proximity in the area, right? So for some reason they just were watching something because it says in tags Alberta, Canada in the live stream and stuff. This is so great, you know. You have this whole army of like-minded people who know what it means to work hard, who know what it means to, let it out to create something that people will love, who think constantly, how can I improve? How can I do it for those people? How can I show them what I see? So it's incredible. I even got the goosebumps right now talking about it because I experienced firsthand the value of this family of people, once again, that are separated by the internet and the screen, but together right there. We're so close, it's not even funny to actually know where to begin to describe how close these people, other people, not necessarily in the room right now, but this whole creator community, how close we are.
That's right. And you could be manufacturing something, or you could be doing something, and this thing could be that big that basically a lot of people start to see the value of what it is that you're offering. So all of a sudden, what do they start doing? They start sharing it on social media. Other people that are not part of this, they start to see this product and they start buying it, right? And within a matter of like months or a year, your product could be successful with very little advertising. You may be paying for advertising right now. You may be paying a website to host your product, something like that. But all these people get behind it because they just want to pay it forward. They just want to grab your link and share it and say, hey, check this out. This is amazing what this guy's invented, or what he's doing, and boom, it's right there. And it's all because a bunch of people that want to pay it forward shared what you had to offer out there, and then others see it and they say, wow, I've got to get myself one of those. You never know. Anything's possible. Anything's possible with the community that's sprung up from this. Anything's possible here. Ideas, once they're implemented and acted upon, can create amazing things. So we do have an amazing community with amazing people in it. And I'm so glad, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that every single person that comes here and spends time chatting with others in the live stream, paying it forward to each other. I'm so grateful that people, these people come here and they do this. It's great. It's amazing. It's amazing. And this will grow. It will grow. It will grow. It's going to grow. It has to grow because more and more people.
It definitely has to grow. Once again, somebody just joined in. The cat channel had 50 subscribers, right?
Right.
The cat channel is back in YPP program. Why? Because somebody had to discover the cat channel. Once we were discovered, and thanks to this community, thanks to this amazing kind, forwarded people. Once you get discovered, you can do anything. And then you all of a sudden start to grow. But do not forget that there is somebody who helped you to be discovered. Go discover somebody as well.
Absolutely.
This is forward, okay? And this is
Amen.
the beauty, absolute beauty of I'm a creator community.
Yeah, just keep paying it forward, guys. Just don't ask for anything in return, because you don't have to. You do not have to say, I supported you, I watched your video, I liked it, I tweeted it out, now you support me. Don't do that. One, it's against the terms of service of YouTube, and you could end up losing your channel. So just pay it forward and your channel is going to grow. But just make sure that you follow the philosophy, how we say. Number one, make sure that you're creating great, engaging content, right? So that when people come and see your channel, they want to stick around and they want to be waiting for the next episode that you're putting out. Number two, be around like-minded people that are kind, caring, loving, sharing, and very positive, because positivity breeds positivity. And just follow the philosophy. Go and watch the people's videos in full, like them, add them to playlists, tweet them out, hit that red support button, and comment that you did all that along with something about the video, right? You could go to Catudio's channel and say, hey, this is a great video. I'm amazed that your cat climbed that so high up in the tree. And I'm, understand why you're worried, but, how did you end up getting him down? How did he end up get down? Did he get down by himself? Is there another video coming out to this? Whatever it is, make a comment about what you saw in the video. Or if you think that there's something constructive criticism about, I think the lighting in your studio could be a little bit better.
Very good point there, James. Very important, right? Remember, people, that just if you say something, but be nice, of course, be nice.
Constructive criticism.
Stay there. But if you go and you say, hey, could you move the camera a little bit right to each other? It's being very kind. It is paying forward. It's helping the person grow. Can you move your camera a bit next time? Can you change that background where there's a dumpster behind you to your left, right? You're talking to me and I'm looking at the dumpster kind of thing. All those little things. Be nice though, okay? Because we're all nice here. We're kind. We are here to help and support, right? So, but those things are really tremendously great for your growth. So if you notice something, put it in a nice form. Don't make the person, oh my God, now I have to take down the video. No. You don't have to take down the video, but maybe for the next video, you want to do it because I think that will be better. And it's up to them. They want to take your advice, they will take it. They will thank you and so on and so forth. They don't want to, well, nothing you can do, right?
We're all growing every day. It should be a learning curve. We should be learning something from each other in different ways. And we can, make comments, but just keep those comments like Holly said, keep them constructive. Make sure that the way you phrase things, it's done in a kind way. Say, like she said, I think this video is great. If you could just move the camera, swing it to the right a little bit so the dumpster's out of the way, your backdrop, it would be perfect. Right. I love the mountainous views that you're giving me, but I think the dumpster, kind of spoils it a little bit, so either swing your camera around or move the dumpster. It's constructive criticism and I think it goes a long way, and people do listen. And we're, like I say, we're all growing here. I think by doing that, by making the criticism constructive, I think that goes a long way. There's no need to be hateful. There's too much hate in the world for somebody within the community going and saying something nasty. So just keep it kind and be, caring and understanding about it. And it goes a long way. It goes a long way. So, have you got any videos that are coming out soon? Are you still live streaming?
Oh yes, we do live stream on Tuesdays, and what we do with still weather permits, still we do it outside because we did build a little park for our cats, right? And people generally like it because it's parks, it's beautiful. It's getting uglier there. In a couple of weeks, we're gonna have to come inside because of the snow. We do the live streams. We usually do them at 1 o'clock our mountain time, so that's 3 o'clock your time, Eastern time. And what we do during the live streams, it's not just it's pretty much in the description of any of our live streams if you take a look at it. But what we also try to do, we're trying to build the once again the satellite community. I mean, that didn't sound right. Not the satellite community, but continue on with the growth of the community and build and carry on. And this is how we're paying it forward as well, because whoever comes to our channel is always asked to introduce their channel in a few words. You know, if they are not creators, we do have quite a few people that just love cats and they come to chat and they come to look at the cats. Then we ask them what their interests are, because they will tell us, well, I like this, I like that. Maybe somebody is in our stream that has a channel about this topic. So you see, connecting, paying it forward, help people meet, help
Yep.
people discover it. So we
Yep.
do the live streaming. I have quite a few plans now. Like I said, I hit the bump there 2 years. Oh my God, new mouth. 2 weeks ago, because I thought, well, this is not going anywhere, right? And then boom, the message comes, and I was like, okay, so everything is fair, everything is good. I keep going. So there's quite a few footage accumulated. This brand, as I mentioned, they sent us some product. They asked us to make the review of the product. We have some interesting research videos and so on. Bunch of stuff's coming up. Tuesday's live stream, but we tried to make 2, 3, sometimes 4 videos in between there.
Okay.
Sometimes nothing, but it depends.
All right. I'm going to ask the chat to ask you questions in a minute, but I've got a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind. What do you film with? What type of computer do you edit with? And what editing software do you use?
Okay, so it's actually quite embarrassing answer here on my side because all right, so mostly I film and I live stream with the phone. Okay, I do have a Samsung 7, which I basically purchased because of the camera, and it's easy to go because I'm always on the go, right? Not so much on the go around the house here, of course, but I'm always on a business trip or something like that, so I'm always out there. It's so easy, take it out, snap a video, and almost be guaranteed it's going to be HD quality. I do have a Sony old, well, it's not very old, but I do have a Sony. There's some numbers and everything on it, camera, which I use for the stationary videos sometimes. Mostly Android phone, Galaxy Samsung 7. And some of our best videos were shot with that, and I'm fine with that. I do have the OBS and everything on PC set up. Unfortunately, our wireless here, our internet connection is just so horrible because we live in the village. So I have to use my phone provider. I had to invest into getting very big data plan, right? So I have to use my phone to use the OBS to stream to provide the connection through the phone. Um, we are actually investing into building a really cute studio for the winter because, like I said, we won't be able to stream outside. And as far as the editor goes, I swear by Filmora. I
Right.
really do. I also did some investment there. You know, like my philosophy is if you want to start making money, if you want to, you're gonna spend some money. You don't have to. Don't get me wrong. Filmora starts at the free level. You can. I started making magic with Filmora. I didn't pay anything yet back in the day. Then I decided, hey, this is really working. This is really great. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna purchase certain packages and stuff and build on that, and it really helps you make videos. I swear by Filmora. It is very easy to learn how it works. It is very efficient. It's automatically saves your project. So because we had some disconnects here a couple of times, and I was like, oh my God, you know how all of us are. We forget to click that save button, right? It saves everything for you. It helps you detach the audio from the video. If you shot the video and you want to cut the certain or change the moments in the video, but you still want to have the same audio, it helps you do that. Filmora all the way. I tried other ones. I know there are much better ones. Maybe in the future something will be upgrades, but for now, Filmora. Yes.
Yeah, I've mentioned about Filmora before on here. I actually use it, and out of all my editing software, I have three, and one of them is Filmora, and I use that all the time. And somebody was telling me that they have something called Filmora Go, and it's on their phone. You can get this app, and it's made by Filmora, and it's just, I guess it's just like the iMovie for the iPhone, but you can, you know, if you've got an Android phone, you can have this editing
Well,
software.
because I'm so used to, because I'm used to working with Photoshop from many years ago, because just for the kicks of it, I was doing some design and development and stuff, right? So Photoshop, I've used Photoshop ever since it was like before it became this online thing, right? When it came in CDs there, you know, back in the day, 2005 or something like that. So I'm very familiar with Photoshop. So the reason why I'm mentioning the static program and Filmora there is because you can actually make a video if you have a knowledge of Photoshop without having a video editor. That's what it is, like basic, like Movie Maker or something, right? But you have to
Right.
be really good with imaging. You cannot keep the same image for more than 5, 6 seconds and so on and so forth. But the other editors and Filmora itself can be like interconnected with any other editor.
It is a great piece of software. It's very easy to use, and it's just like drag and drop, drag your tracks, cut here, cut there, take that piece out, put them together, put some, put a blank tile in there, put some words on the screen. It's just really, really easy. It really is. I love it, and it renders. It renders videos pretty quick too. It renders
Well, rendering
videos.
is the best part of it because it does render it really, really quick. And if you're planning on doing the big video and stuff. By the way, the new this beta version, Beta Studio on YouTube,
Uh-huh.
it's got this video editor that allows you to now edit multiple chunks, right? Cut. This is what we do with our live streams because we stream for 2 hours. That's what we're doing, you know. And people, I try to stream for less, but then people say, no, let's do it a little bit more, a
Yeah.
little bit more. And oh my God,
Well,
until I finally
what
adjust.
happens is it becomes so enjoyable, you lose track of time, and you
Thank
end
you.
up,
Perfect. Yes.
you're like,
So
wow, wow, I started this at 12 o'clock, and now what? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What's going on here? Type of thing.
That's right. And so what we do, I use this Beta Studio to actually to take 2 hours and I make it highlights, like 25 minutes or so. It was not possible before with the classic Studio YouTube editor that they have because you could only cut one chunk. And to
Right.
download 2 hours and then work on it and then upload it again, it's just no, it's crazy. But if you do cut it to highlights your big long stream, right? Getting the best moments out of it and stuff. You don't lose the views. The views come attached to the video that's been posted, right?
So
So you can take
are
and
you saying in the new YouTube Creator Studio then there's a
the
video editor?
better. That is correct. So if
There
you
is?
go and check out the Beta Studio, okay, so that's the one that's on top there. It's a blue link.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get out of it. Some new channels, as they just announced, they automatically push into beta. It's
Right.
their entry, and then they can go back to classic. In the new Beta Studio, the best thing they've done so far is that they put this video editor where you can take, and it's very easy to work with. So you can take 2 hour video and cut a chunk there, cut a chunk there, cut a chunk there, processes everything very, very fast. It's just super awesome, especially for those who do have long live streams, right? But they do want to compress it to some certain essence of it. And the
I didn't
best part about it, and this is absolutely confirmed, it's confirmed by YouTube Creators Academy. It does not take away your time, your views, your watch time, because the watch time and everything comes with the video. Okay, so if you
Wow.
had 100 views, or your live stream had 100 views, you cut it to 25 minutes, you still have 100 views and all the watch time that came from those 100 views.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. That's amazing. That's great.
It's absolutely great. You'll see if you do have a second, you go on our channel, like we have the upcoming streams scheduled. By the way, use like whoever doesn't know about it, use the schedule. Like I know James uses it, of course. Use the schedule live stream. That's just amazing. Brings you people for sure. But then you'll see, and we have the folder where it says highlights from past streams, and literally from 2 hours. Some of them are even just 10 minutes, because I don't want to, some certain conversations they're just not pertaining, right? Because we talk about everything. But 10 minutes of cute cats or 10 minutes for important announcement, that tool is incredible and should be used like by everybody right away.
That's great to know, because like I'm encouraging people that are trying to get their watch time to at least live stream for 30 minutes to an hour a day if they can, because that will get you your watch time. It'll help with your watch time. The other one is the hashtag IAmACreator buddy list. Put all your videos in a playlist and tweet it out saying that you're looking for a hashtag IAmACreator buddy. Will somebody watch my playlist? And people in the community will come and watch your videos. They'll set your playlist going. They'll watch your videos. They'll comment on them. They'll like them. They'll tweet them out. They'll add them to their playlist. They'll do everything they're supposed to do, and that obviously brings more people to your video to watch it, and that should increase your watch time too. So for that, then if somebody is live streaming and they want to use this feature that you're telling me, this video editor that's in the new beta studio, that where they can get highlights of their live stream and turn a 1 hour video into a 10-minute video and call it highlights from today's live stream, link below to the whole thing. That's amazing. That's great that you can do that, and you take your views with you. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you for see, I learned something new today. That's the beauty of this, right?
But that's the beauty of the whole community. This is what we're paying it forward. I know something, you know something, everybody else knows something. And actually, I know so much stuff. I better not go there, because honestly, I went and I spent days like, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not there? What is going on? So, and then one of the channels they have, the YouTube actually has the channel where they share those new things, and that's what I follow. It's excellent.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So that's how I roll. Said I had a video that was about a year old, and I totally and today YouTube notified me that a song I blocked and the video can no longer be viewed. Went in, snipped that song out. Curious what will happen now with James Cox. Well, they should reallow that video to be up with no problems. Realistically, if
I can actually answer the question there to help you answer though, James, because we had this situation like before January there and something, because I found this really great song. It was actually, it came from the Free Music Archive site, right? So it was royalty free, all right? So never violated anything. Didn't use a song that belonged to somebody else. Understood that much, right? I'm in law, so copyright, it kind of comes natural, right? So, but we made that video really cool, went really good with the video that we had. And all of a sudden, just 2 months later, I get this copyright claim. Now read what it says there, because it says, don't worry yet, you don't have to do anything. What that means, either this video will be monetized and the person will receive the whatever the money is, or definitely before you take the video track out of it, unless you did some not so good, and shouldn't have that music in there. Before you do that, appeal. Always appeal, because certain software that copyrights certain musicians, it's still not very perfect. And you might have your music absolutely, it doesn't happen to YouTube audio library, or it doesn't happen, let's say, to Filmora expansion library, but to any other sites which honestly have it for free, like Free Music Archive, sometimes you can come into a clash with the bots. So if you already removed the music track, you can still have that video. If there's nothing in the video and the visual content violates their policies or guidelines, you're good. In the old YouTube version, you can also put a different track on it, right? So don't worry. If people like to see what they saw, they will probably watch it with different music. But if you worried that it was the music that was the value, then, stop worrying about it. Make another video with the music that's, will
Yeah.
not cause the problem, right?
It sounds like that's what he's done by using this editor that you're talking about. He's taken that music out and he's put it up, and I guess he's just asking our opinion about what he thinks it's going to be. And I think if you've taken out what YouTube has deemed that shouldn't be in there, then I think that anything's going to be good there. And I know what you're talking about. Because I had a couple of videos where I used music and people were claiming, hey, this is my music. And I'm like, how can it be? This was in YouTube's, even I've used YouTube library music, right, which is copyright free, that anybody can use. I've used that. And somebody claimed that this is their music between this point and this point. And I've looked and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, no, this is out of YouTube's library, and I appealed it, like you said, and boom, it was gone. And then I appealed it and said, no, this is free music that's in YouTube's Creator Studio. How can this be a copyright on this? Are there any questions for my guest? Has anybody got any questions in the chat? Let me know. Let Holly know. Have you typed in the chat, Holly? Type in the chat so people can see. If you're not supporting Holly, her channel is Nines Catudio. So
I'm just looking at it. I mean, people. I'm glad we brought those news up because I see it generated quite a bit of interest and people discussing it. So always happy to bring something, that people can learn. But I guess I guess there's no questions here. So
I'm looking right now. Sometimes the chat can get a little bit behind. Is there any are there any questions for Holly? Type in the chat if you've got any questions for her. And all her links to her social media are being put in the chat by Wounded Moose, and they are, of course, down. And the other moderators, Sylvia W. She's been very great, and the moderators have been being very great. Are there any questions?
Sylvia's been doing a great job. I keep an eye here. She's very, very active. She's very good. Yes, good. Thank you, Sylvia. Great moderators, James. You have.
Sylvia says, Holly, are you in Alberta? I'm in Quebec.
Yes, I am in Alberta. I'm almost in Montana. I can throw the cherry pits over to Montana. We're kind of hoping that maybe we'll, with all this economy and oil stuff, that we can just, move the border just a little bit behind our backs there. It'd be fine.
Yeah. Do you have anything? Do you have anything else to add, Holly? Is there anything else that you want to?
It's been a blast, really, but realizing, it's like you said, time flies by. For me to wrap it up, maybe I'll repeat myself again, but I don't think the value of what I'm about to say will go down by me repeating myself. So first of all, I am one of the living proofs on my channel with my cat channel, not some, I don't know where they are. I don't know.
He's straight behind you.
Okay.
He's straight behind you, looking out the window on that table.
Sounds good. So the cat channel, right, grew, achieved something. The most easiest niche, right, as people think, which is not really that easy, but we working on it, right, building it up. So if the cat channel can do it, absolutely anybody can do it. In fact, at a faster pace. But invest into your value that you're going to give to people. Invest into it. Not necessarily spend money on equipment or anything. Invest yourself, because through this community, you will be discovered. But once you're discovered, it's up to you to carry on with the value and pay it forward by discovering somebody else. So don't give up. it is going to be frustrated. Don't give up because you don't know. You give up today, but tomorrow something is going to click and somebody's going to discover you. And all of a sudden, the word's going to get out there and it's going to be carried out. Do not give up. Pay it forward. Many ways to pay it forward. Not necessarily, this is not sub for sub, as we all know, right? It's about love. It's about care. It's about thinking about the other creator that might use help, by at least, even if you don't subscribe, at least you know somebody who is interested in this content. Share it. Get on Twitter, get on Facebook, get it. Let's keep it going. Let's grow. This is a great family. The cats are right in here, cozy, right amidst this whole community. And we're going to stay here and we're going to encourage everyone to understand this is where you were discovered. And this is from where this whole beauty grows.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just want to expand on that a little bit, what you were saying about investing in yourself. You don't really need to buy expensive equipment. Most cell phones these days will make absolutely great videos. Somebody was talking about this the other day. They were saying, what camera should I buy? I'm thinking about getting myself a really nice, expensive camera. And, you know, you really don't need to. You not right now. I mean, if you want to go and spend the money and it's going to make you feel good by having a $1,000 camera with a $1,000 lens in your hands, by all means, you know, go and do that. But I think that Holly is right. Invest in yourself, invest in your content. An iPhone 6, an Android, you know, whatever it is you've got a phone anyway. You can use it to make phone calls. You can use it to search the internet. It's a multifaceted tool. Use that phone to make YouTube videos. Put them in an editor, just like Ollie does. Filmora, you can download that and use it for free. It does put a watermark in your video, and you can have a look how it works. And if you want that, it's not expensive, and you can always buy the add-ons like Ollie was talking about. And you don't need to, you know, spend a lot of money. There's an actual saying, you know what the best camera is? The one you have in your hand right now, because that's the one that's going to capture that magic moment. You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money. I've learned my lesson, right? I've got cameras that I've spent a lot of money on. And what do I use? I use a $25 Logitech 270 webcam the majority of the time. And if I'm not using that to film, I use this. And this was less than $300. And the reason why I bought this is because it's a tough. You can drop this and it won't break. You can immerse this underwater and it won't break. So that's why I got this. And the thing I like about this is the articulated screen. So you don't need to buy expensive things. You really don't. You can do all this with a cell phone, or get yourself a cheap camera if you're going to buy one, and learn as you're going along. That's my advice to anybody on here. But Ollie is 100% correct. Invest in yourself. Think about your content. Participate with other people here, because the people here are going to invest, or should invest, if they're following the philosophy. They're going to be paying it forward to everybody that's here. Hello, Melanie Hine. Liz, Fashion Talents, says, James Cox, I agree, 1000%. You are awesome. Liz Fashion Talent says, oh my God, she have fur babies just like me. Yes, Holly's got some cats, and all her links to her social media are down below, including her website, which has a campaign on it right now, which is pretty cool. I like it. Surrender the Sushi, and it's got a cat on it like this. It's great. It's great. I love it. So you got to think outside the box, guys. You got to think outside the box. But one thing that I do suggest that you do is you do get yourself a website. And if you're not already on the IAmACreatorCommunity.com website, get yourself on there too, because this thing is going to make this even bigger. What we're about to do with this, I mentioned some time back Hashtag I'm a Creator 2.0. Well, it's evolving right now. It's evolving. We're about to get more social than YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter combined, because we've got something that's integrated and we're developing something that's going to help people a lot more than what YouTube does, Facebook does, and Twitter does. It's going to put you more in control because you're going to choose who you want and where you want to be with using this website. So go over to IAmACreator.com, IAmACreatorCommunity.com, IAmACreator.community.com, and create yourself an account. It's got lots of bells and whistles, but we are still working on it. Is there any comments for Holly before we get off here? Are there any questions for Holly? For Nines Catudio? The links have been put in the chat. I mean, Wounded Moose has even put cats. Did you see that, Holly? Wounded Moose even put cats.
Yeah, I love it. I'm just following it here. I was listening to you and I looked at it. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's even put cats in there. It's great. Thank you, Frank. Greatly appreciate that. We do have some awesome moderators, guys. So please, make sure you're supporting our moderators, that you are, going and hitting that red support button. You're watching their content. Go and give them a watch, a like, a share, a add to your playlist, a comment, a nice comment. Go and do that. They do work hard for every single one of us here. So, show some love, pay it forward to these guys, because they do. And I want to thank everybody that's joined us, everybody that comes here. I mean, I'm so grateful to every single one of you. I am. And we are open for more interviews just like this. I want to interview as many people as possible. So one of the groups inside, that's what I wanted to mention. One of the groups inside the website, the IAmACreatorCommunity.com website, that is where I'm starting to change this up. That's where I want you to contact me about me having you on here and you and I having an interview. That's where we're doing it right now. We're doing it inside the website. So that's what you need if you want to get an interview. That's where we're going to do it. And if I may, Holly, show people what I'm talking about, where it is. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up and I'll share it here.
I'm still here.
Yeah, we'll go back to the chat here a second. So this is the website right here. All right, and up in the top left-hand corner, it's going to say register. So go and register for that. But on here, we have forums, and you can only participate in these forums if you're registered. And so right here on collaboration, if you go in here, you'll see that I posted this here. So if you reply to this, we can work it all out. And there's a description about what it is. So you just have to reply to that. And, you could be sat up here like Holly Nines Catudio is. You can be up here a guest being interviewed, and all your links being put in the about section, and the moderators, put in your links in the chat so people can come and give you some support. And I think Frank actually, when he's moderating, actually takes those links, especially of your YouTube channel, and he tweets it out on Twitter and tells people, hey, this is who's on James Cox's live stream right now. So, there's a little bit more going on than meets the eye. So he's a great guy. Wounded Moose. He goes way and beyond, what you expect of somebody when somebody's paying it forward. He's been gathering people's Twitter handles and he's been saying, go and support these awesome people, these awesome Twitter and YouTube channels, and he's been tweeting them out. He's been going that extra yard. Are there any questions in the chat for Holly, for Nines Catudio? Any questions before we get off here? Any questions for Holly? Wounded Moose says, I do that. We all should. Absolutely. We all should be tweeting what's going on here, whoever the guest is, grabbing people's Twitter handles and tweet them out and telling everybody that's on your Twitter to go and support these people. Paying it forward, yes. Because the more traction you get on all different social media, then the more traction when you tweet something out. Absolutely. Ken Bando TV says I asked one. Okay. Let me scroll back here and see what the question was from Ken Bando. Let me look. Let's see if I can find it. Ken Bando TV. Let me look. I am not seeing it as yet.
What he's saying was the issue with my internet. I'm not sure what he was referring to. Rather when I was talking about the OBS or now, because right now I see that there is no issues. So maybe because with OBS, well, we live in a village. We don't have really, we have one little antenna on top of our little house. So it's much easier to get the internet through the phone provider. That's what the issue is. So, and we can't even install the booster because the signal is just horrible.
So, okay, I get you now. You're using cell phone internet because you're in a rural area. You're out in the country, and there's no real like networks like cable companies that have got internet out.
There's no, right, that's right. There's no cable. We're too far for the cable. So, and the satellite internet is just horrible. You know, it's just the worst thing ever. I never experienced that because I always had cable. So that's probably the only downside of moving here. But using the internet provider off my phone and creating the Wi-Fi,
Right.
that sure definitely helps.
Okay. Are there any more questions for our guest, Holly, before we get off here? I know we were a little bit late. We were having a bit of an issue, but our main man.
He's continuing. That's a very good point. Yes, I know we could create ISP. We looked into that, right? But it's just because I haven't been in this for too long. I haven't really discovered that my OBS streaming is lagging behind because of that. But that's a very valid point, and I think this person who is commenting really knows their stuff. That's I don't want to mispronounce the name. The comments disappeared there.
Ken Bando TV. Yeah, Ken
So I
Bando
really
TV.
like that's a great suggestion, you know, and it's awesome that you jump right in and you kind of like you see. I want to go check out your channel now because obviously you know this stuff, so I'm automatically interested in looking at it right away. There's a
Yep.
bunch of other channels I want to look, guys. Don't get me wrong, right? But I love this, James. I loved it. This is what the community is all about. Hey, I
Absolutely.
heard that there is a problem with your internet. What is it? You can do this. Perfect. Loved it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And who knows, this person may help you look into it by providing you with some information. We don't know where this is going to go, right? We never know.
Absolutely.
We never know where this is going to go. It's absolutely brilliant. One thing leads to another, and before you know it, boom, something is,
James, I'm gonna have to leave you now because the phone is literally
Yes.
less
Well,
like
we were supposed to wrap this up at 8 o'clock anyway, right? We said an hour and a
That's
half,
pretty good
and it's
though. I
now
loved
eight.
it.
It's almost 8:30. So, I wanna leave the final word to you, to the chat, and then we'll get off here.
Well,
Holly.
James, thank you so much. This is great. Keep going. You've got like support, huge support here, okay? Thank you to all of your moderators. Thank you for all of you who were today, who will be watching this video after we've gone off live, Thank you for all being here, not just here, but in the community. Paying it forward means just loving and caring about the same person as you are, another creator. Okay? This is great. This is amazing. Get discovered. Help people to get discovered. Okay? Love it absolutely. I hope everyone is going to have a very productive, creative weekend. Going to make a ton of new videos, right? Come
Right.
up with something absolutely amazing. But for now, James, thank you very much. Hi, Paul. I
Hi,
know you're
Paul.
saying hi, Paul. There
Hi,
you
Paul.
go.
Hi, Paul.
Hi,
Hi,
Paul.
Paul.
Everybody, hi,
Hi,
Paul.
Paul. Hi,
Lots of
Paul.
love here.
Yeah. Thank you
Hi.
so much for being with us, Holly. Chat, thank you for being with us. And remember, guys, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hashtag always be amazing. Hashtag always be awesome. And always be hashtag I'm a creator. And always hi, Paul. Thank you so much. Pay forward, guys. Pay forward. Goodbye for now. And I'll see you maybe in another live stream later tonight. I'm going to go and get some dinner. You guys have a great evening, and I'll probably see you in a bit. Goodbye for now. Take care. Bye-bye.